Experience Skechers Go Walk footwear and apparel.
Come on. I don't.
I cannot live without you.
Use the #1 trusted bag to help your beloved leftovers last longer. For the love of food, Ziploc.
SC Johnson.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
With fatigue and lightheadedness, I knew something was wrong. Then I saw my doctor and found out I have AFib. And that means there's about a 5 times greater risk of stroke. Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if you have AFib, the risk of stroke is always there. If you have one or more symptoms, get checked out. Making that appointment can help you get ahead of stroke risk. This is no time to wait.
Swiffer Duster traps 4 times more dust for clean even Mom approves of.
That reach.
Making hard to reach
So easy.
Swiffer. Wow. The mother of all cleans. Love it or your money back.
What's your favorite part of a Kit Kat bar? The chocolate?
Nope, the inside.
The wafers?
No, the stuff in between the wafers.
Oh, the in-between stuff.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
And try Kit Kat Vanilla.
You know what you don't see in psoriasis commercials? The thousands of real people who go undiagnosed. People whose psoriasis can look very different depending on their skin tone. As the makers of Tremfya, we understand that everybody's moderate to severe plaque psoriasis doesn't look the same. So we undertook a first-of-its-kind study of plaque psoriasis in every skin tone. Like hers, and his, and yours.
Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine.
Ask your dermatologist about Tremfya.
Play the Basketball Bracket Challenge on OzarksFirst.com. You could win the grand prize, an Insignia 65-inch Fire TV or Visa gift cards. Make your picks before the tournament begins on OzarksFirst.com's Basketball Bracket Challenge.
The Color 10 Weather Team has been proven to be the most accurate team to forecast your weather in the Ozarks. Being accurate is important in regard to family events like soccer games and reunions, and really important in the event of severe weather.
The Color 10 Weather Team.
Rain is in the forecast this weekend, so are storms that could produce damaging hail and even tornadoes. We're detailing where and when the worst of them may hit. Also at 5, we're live at Hammons Field highlighting one of the biggest wins in recent Missouri State baseball memory.
Are you in a family dispute? Go to JudgeJudy.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Who did you think was supposed to pay these bills?
My mother's the one that told me she was going to cover it until she sold the trailer. I was never told I had to pay any of the utilities. I was never told I had to pay any of the rent. I would never receive a copy of an eviction notice. She ended up turning off the water on me after she called CPS on me, and I do have actually her witness stating that she is the one that called on me, and she said that she's the one that called on me.
Okay, so far you owe your mother $2,852 for your living expenses when you lived in the trailer with your baby, with or without your new husband. She's not responsible. You're a big girl. You got to take care of your own expenses. If your grandfather took care of you...
I was taking care of him.
No. If he took care... You may have physically taken care of him. You didn't take care of him all the time because while you were with him, you got pregnant.
That was before he got sick. When my grandfather got sick, it was in May of when I first got pregnant. I was morning sickness, and I was the one that lived in home taking care of him.
I got it. You owe your mother $2,852. That's what you owe her. For your living expenses, your husband's living expenses, and your child's living expenses. Those aren't your mother's responsibilities. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Parties are excused and step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
She wanted my husband before I married him.
No, I've been with my husband for 19 years.
She even told me beforehand if I left him, she'd pay everything.
No.
My mother called CPS on me and made my life a complete mess.
Between the hot water tanks being blown and how nasty her house was,
I'm done with her. I want to move on.
Someone took it upon themselves to try to save the baby.
She lost that when she sold my son's stuff.
It kills me because I watched that baby be born.
My rights to her grandson.
I'd be able to see my grandson.
It's time for us to start over.
Time will tell, but I do love my daughter.
After the accident, the insurance company may try to pay you as little as possible because it's good for them. But what's good for you? Winning. So let's get what's good for you. Tolbert Beetle, when you need justice.
Upgrade your home for less at Sofa City with swivel recliners for $498. Reclining sofas start at $698. And a double chaise sectional is just $1298. With financing options for every budget, buy it today and enjoy it tonight at Sofa City.
Huh. How do they always get these prescriptions so affordable?
Let's cut to the chase.
Hi, I'm Chase. I'm your prescription benefit manager, and my job is to negotiate with drug companies so you pay up to 50% less for the medicine that you need. We advocate on your behalf, so you have one less thing to worry about. All done.
Nice work.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps. Zevo attracts and traps bugs 24/7 using a blue and UV light with no odor and no mess for effortless protection. Zevo, people friendly, bug deadly.
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
We're serving the Ozarks, Thursdays on Color 10.
Tonight on Ozarks First at 5, new details about the man accused of robbing a Springfield Walgreens on Wednesday, what you can do to help identify the suspect. And new businesses are opening in Springfield, including the largest toy and hobby store in Missouri. Mike Landis highlights the addition to the local scene. Next, here at 5.
This is Ozarks First News at 5.
Thanks for joining us. A step back in temperature today under cloudy skies. Those clouds are here to stay for what will be a wet and possibly stormy weekend. Meteorologist Matt Hefner looking at what's next for us. Matt?
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Clouds came back about this afternoon, caused temperatures to be a little bit cooler, and also provided some light rain chances for areas really into northern Arkansas and south of I-44. Springfield didn't really just see much, but we didn't miss out on much. This is the rain totals that did come in. A few more than just a little bit more than some sprinkles into that area. We have more chances of rain, especially in the 7-day forecast once we get later, where we can have those April showers that start to roll in. But chances of storms could start to roll in. I think really that first round I'm tracking is Saturday night, and then a second round that we have to get through on Sunday. Temperatures right now 66 degrees. Saturday is not going to get off to a bad start. We'll have clouds to start, and then we start to clear that out once we get later into the day, where temperatures are going to climb into those middle, even upper 70s for Saturday. It's once we get into Saturday night. That's when this first kind of wave of overnight thunderstorms are expected to take place. That's going to be occurring off into the west. And then on Sunday, a stronger chance of storms could be occurring for regions off into the east. We've issued a weather aware day for that, as we have the chance for some large hail and even the possibility of some tornadoes that could be spinning up over this weekend. Going in depth about that, talking about our chances for those tornadoes later on, Steve. It is going to be one active weekend we have to get through, and we even have more chances in the 7-day forecast. Really, Wednesday is another opportunity where we see more storms developing. Let's just get through this weekend first before we worry about the second one.
All right. We're going to get ready to cast your vote. Here's our question of the day. You can take out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen. Today we want to know, have you mowed your yard yet this spring? Why do I feel like this is a Jamie Warner and Lucy generated question? I guarantee you one of those guys has said yes to this.
Yeah.
You can vote by going to ozarksfirst.com/vote to let us know what you think. We'll show you the results a little bit later here at 5. New images of a man suspected to have robbed a Walgreens store earlier this week in Springfield. SPD says these are images taken from security cameras at the Walgreens on South Camel when it was robbed Wednesday morning. Springfield police says the suspect entered the Walgreens about 9 a.m. with a gun and got away with an undisclosed amount of money. Nobody was hurt, but Springfield police continue to search for the suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call 911 or Crime Stoppers. A Greene County prosecutor has ruled that the use of deadly force by a Springfield police officer was justified. In February, police were called to a domestic disturbance near Glendale High School where the suspect, Tyler Dillon, was armed. Police say when Dillon refused to drop the gun after being ordered to by police, an officer shot him. He was taken to a hospital where he died. The officer has returned to active duty after being placed on administrative leave during the investigation. Follow-up now on a new business gaining attention from the young and the young at heart. Tonight, Mike Landis is following up on the largest toy and hobby store in Missouri, which is now open in South Springfield. Mike?
Yeah, Steve, late last year we took you inside the construction job at a vacant big box store in South Springfield. The project, which is now done, is the new home of Hobbytown. The retailer's big expansion is pretty interesting considering the toy industry had been in a steep decline in recent years.
Almost ready for a grand opening. We're about a week and a half away.
It's crunch time at Hobbytown.
I'm still a little nervous about getting it all done because we still got a bunch of things to get out of boxes and that, but it's looking pretty good.
The last time we talked with store owner Tim Wiley, his team was in the middle of remodeling and moving into part of the long vacant former Kmart on South Glenstone. And now finally, the big reveal.
You know, I wanted something different. I wanted a place where people can come in, experience it, you know, feel at home.
The opening of the new space, now Missouri's largest toy and hobby store, comes years after the other big toy chains in Springfield and across the nation went out of business. Most shoppers had moved online or abandoned toys altogether when video games and computers became preferred ways to have fun, and now a lot of them are coming back around.
We're very optimistic, even already with just a soft opening. We're seeing a lot more toys go out the door.
Overlooking the store floor is this massive mural highlighting the theme while paying homage to our past.
I wanted something to reflect that we're a Springfield franchise. So that's why we went for Springfield, the birthplace of Route 66.
It's a big point of pride for this artist.
Gosh, it just makes you thankful that you've had the opportunity to do it. And to share something with the public that you feel is beautiful.
Already we've had people come up to the mural and take their pictures against it and that. Same way with the dinosaur. That's what I was aiming for.
Is set for next week, but it's already welcoming customers. This is not the only retailer filling vacant storefronts, though, in that retail area. Just a few doors down, Boot Barn, which is taking up part of the old Lucky's Market space, opens this coming Sunday. And meanwhile, just across the street, Total Wine and Beverage is going into the old Bed Bath & Beyond. We're still waiting to hear back from them about a grand opening date for their project. Steve.
All right, Mike Landis with some great updates tonight. Fresh off the program's midweek upset of second-ranked Arkansas, Missouri State is back at Hammons Field tonight to open a weekend series against Missouri Valley foe Belmont. Ozarks First Chris Pinson is fresh off opening day at Busch Stadium. He's got baseball fever and can't wait to tell you about tonight's tilt over there at Hammons.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Well, of course, right, between last night's exciting win by the Cardinals and Tuesday night's thrilling victory over Arkansas, as you mentioned, it's been a whirlwind 72 hours here in our baseball world. But you know one thing about glory, it fades pretty quickly. However, there is confidence. That one key unmeasurable, well, that can carry over from game to game. And for this Missouri State squad, that's exactly what they're going to count on tonight. Here's a few reasons why. When you think about this team and what they've done recently, they're on a 4-game winning streak thanks to that incredible victory over Arkansas, a 10-inning affair that lasted 14-13. And that not only gave them 4 in a row, but it was the third time in that 4-game winning streak they've scored 10 or more runs a contest, which comes as no surprise because they do average roughly 8 runs a game. That's third most in the Valley. And speaking of the Missouri Valley Conference, well, the Bears are the only undefeated team right now in the league. Sure, every team only played one series so far, but they're the only one that says we are 3-0. So tonight with Belmont coming into town, who's 1-2, I got a good feeling this Bears team is excited, coming off all that confidence, all that momentum that they got with that win over Arkansas. Now, first pitch tonight is going to be at 6:30. We got Tyler Usipchuk on the mound for the Bears, and a victory tonight continues that confidence and gets them rolling in the right direction the rest of the way. I got highlights for you coming up tonight at 9 and 10 with Dan Lucy after the March Madness games. Reporting live here at Hammons Field, Chris Pinson, Ozarks First.
Still ahead, we'll have the results of our question of the day. Have you mowed your yard yet this spring? That's coming up. President Trump still working on taking over Greenland despite strong pushback from Greenlanders. Why some of the vice president's plans there today had to be changed.
This is Ozarks First News at 5 with Steve Savard and meteorologist Matt Hefner.
Need a replacement part fast? Text us a photo and we'll find it in store for you. Harry Cooper Supply.
Each year, Augusta, Georgia hosts the world's premier golf event. Join us for a special look at this year's tournament with Tee Time Augusta. We'll see Augusta's long road back from Hurricane Helene to the Masters, plus an in-depth look at efforts to grow the game with junior golf. And it's been 20 years since the shot on 16. Join us for Tee Time Augusta.
Thursday at 6:30 on Ozarks First, Color 10, sponsored by Harry Cooper Supply.
Are you looking for a career change? John Wayne Heating and Air is hiring qualified service technicians and installers at our Springfield and Mount Vernon locations. We offer top pay in the area, so what are you waiting for? Apply now at johnwayneheatingandair.com or give us a call today.
Your dream smile may be closer than you think. Our team can help you rebuild the smile that you used to have, or perhaps even create the smile you've always dreamed of. Step into confidence with Excel Dental, where dream smiles come to life.
Attention, if you have Medicaid and live in Missouri and need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help preparing meals, bathing, doing laundry, receiving transportation, and more. All done by a family member or friend who gets paid to be your caregiver. You get to decide who provides your care, and your caregiver can choose to get paid instantly after their shift. It's all funded by Medicaid, so it's 100% free to you. Call in the next 10 minutes to see if you qualify. The Freedom Care family will explain the process, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. Freedom Care is a leading choice for home care in Missouri and has received over 5,000 five-star reviews. They've been helping families for years. This service is 100% free to you through Medicaid. So call right now and see how fast you can get started with Freedom Care.
Today, President Trump sent his Vice President J.D. Vance to Greenland. Vance and the Second Lady spent the day there touring a U.S. Space Force base. They canceled other photo ops after reports that Greenlanders were not enthused about meeting with the Vice President. The visit is part of Trump's push for a U.S. takeover of the Danish territory. Despite a majority of Americans opposed to that, and 85% of Greenland residents opposed, Greenland and Danish leaders have called the visit a provocation.
We have to have Greenland. It's not a question of, do you think we can do without it? We can't.
Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. That has to change. And because it hasn't changed, this is why President Trump's policy in Greenland is what it is.
The Danish Prime Minister responded to the visit saying, until recently we could trust the Americans who are our allies and friends, but that time is over. Trump has also pushed for Canada to join the U.S. as the 51st state, but Friday he toned down his rhetoric after Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney said Thursday that Canada's relationship with the U.S. is over. Trump today said he believes the countries can strike a fair trade deal, though Carney pledged retaliatory tariffs.
We had a very good talk, the Prime Minister and myself, and I think things are going to work out very well between Canada and the United States.
President Trump announcing a 25% tariff on all cars and car parts imported to the U.S. The big three automakers, GM, Ford, and Stellantis, say the new fees will have a devastating impact on America's economy. Most car makers assemble their products with parts made around the world. The president says there will be no market disruptions, and the new policy could end up taking in over $1 trillion in the first year. The EU and Japan both say there are other ways to end trade imbalances.
Our priority here is to find a negotiated solution, a solution that works for both sides.
There are different options. We have to think about which is the most effective.
Most economists say the tariffs could cut the U.S. from key global markets. The new car tariffs are set to take effect April 2nd, along with tariffs announced on other global imports. The White House is looking for a new nominee for U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. The president pulling the nomination of Congresswoman Elise Stefanik this week. His reasoning, congressional math. In today's Political Minute, Blake Berman explains.
The White House pulls a key nomination. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. President Trump has pulled the nomination of the New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik to become U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. The president pointing to the razor-thin Republican majority in the House. He said on social media, quote, "With a very tight majority, I don't want to take a chance on anyone else running for Elise's seat." Now, Republicans have a historically small majority in the House of Representatives, currently 218 to 213 with 4 vacancies. Some of those vacancies up for special election this year. Stefanik's seat would be as well if she left Congress. Stefanik carried her district by more than 20 points back in November. Both the president and the House Speaker have said Stefanik will return to the leadership table in the House. She had given up her role as the conference chair when she accepted the nomination for UN ambassador. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Still time to cast the vote, and the question of the day: have you mowed your yard yet this spring? We'll have the results coming up after the break.
The majority of this country is on the same page. Cuomo has built an incredible audience of people who don't view the world through the prism of left and right.
Leland Vittert picks up the story right now.
Leland Vittert, he is tone deaf to groupthink. People are tired of being spoon-fed everything they agree with. It's boring. We're different.
If you have Graves' disease, your eye symptoms could mean something more. That gritty feeling can't be brushed away. Even a little blurry vision can distort things, and something serious may be behind those itchy eyes. Up to 50% of people with Graves could develop a different condition called thyroid eye disease, which should be treated by a different doctor. See an expert. Find a TED eye specialist at isitted.com.
Give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where the southerners heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day.
For your home and your range. Bad Boy. Power, performance, attitude.
My first watch was a Hopalong Cassidy watch that I got for my birthday. I broke it the same day by taking it apart and looking at it. By the 6th grade, I had decided I wanted to be a watch repairman. Mitchum Jewelry started in 1965. It was basically just a repair shop. I started selling a little bit more jewelry. Kind of started really slow like that.
You know, 60 years, this is a big celebration.
60 years, going on 100.
And I can't wait to see what the next 60 years brings.
Your jeweler for life.
Today definitely had that soggier feel to it, especially once we got into the afternoon. We've had multiple opportunities for rain. We still haven't seen much. For the entire month of March, we're still less than 1 inch. That didn't stop them from getting a baseball game at the Ozark Mountain Sports Complex. They just shook hands, said good game. They wrapped it up, and these temperatures are starting to, well, wrap up as well. We were in the 70s earlier. We're starting to decrease right now into those 60s, and I don't think we're going to be crashing too low tonight, as we're going to keep that wet air mass in place, which is going to keep those temperatures pretty mild throughout the evening. Here's the clouds that rolled back in. Still seeing a little bit of rain for areas that are really off to the east of Highway 65. Very light rain with more opportunities for rain, especially Saturday night. That's that first wave of thunderstorms we could see. Second wave expected to take place on Sunday. And we have all this moisture. It came back on Thursday. It still continues to really roll into the Ozarks. And once you have a wet air mass in spring, it doesn't take much to really add a little bit of instability to that. All it takes is kind of a push or a shove from the atmosphere, and a lot of times you get storms whenever you get rain at this time of the year, once you get into that early portion of spring, and that's going to be no exception for this weekend. Here's the first wave that's going to be happening for Saturday night for areas that are really off into the west and to the northwest, as we're going to see a line of thunderstorms that kind of fires up over in Kansas, and they're going to push in well after midnight and provide that first opportunity of the first wave of thunderstorms. And the atmosphere is going to recover during Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, and then the threat shifts off into the east. I think this is the bigger threat that we have to get through. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center just has us at a level 3 out of 5 in enhanced risk, but I'm almost expecting them to tomorrow to bump this up to a moderate risk once they have a little bit more confidence and they see a little bit more data from these models as the threat level is there, and especially for areas further off into the east. And this is a place that just had to deal with those tornadoes 2 weeks ago. On the 14th, I think it's that same area that I'm concerned about seeing some more supercells develop. Let's talk about the timeline for that. Throughout tonight, still have some chances of some light, kind of scattered showers for areas further off into the east, and then it's going to be a tale of really two halves for tomorrow. Places further to the west, so I think Springfield, Monette, Stockton, Nevada, Joplin are going to clear out clouds early on the day on Saturday and get temperatures close to that 80-degree mark. It's places further off to the east going to hang on to clouds for just a little bit longer and have chances of some scattered showers that could be taking a little bit longer for Saturday during the day. And then here's the start of that first kind of wave of thunderstorms. That Saturday night, round one of thunderstorms. You're going to see these storms fire up over in Kansas, and they get closer our way really past that midnight hour, and expecting them to really clump together. And once they do that, the threat changes from not as likely to see a tornado. You're more likely to see some large hail and some fast winds. That's what we have to get through. That's Sunday at 4 a.m. This is Sunday, 5, 6 a.m., where we continue to see that move off into the east. That's round one. The atmosphere waits until it's round two, where we'll start seeing more thunderstorms and supercells really initiate for areas further off into the east. Let's talk about the threats for the 2 nights. This is first chance for Saturday night. Tornado threat very limited. The main threat we have to get through is some large hail that could be forming. For Sunday, the round 2, stronger tornado threat. This is going to be occurring for areas further off into the east with some large hail and some fast winds developing as well. That's the threat for Saturday and Sunday. We have some more storms that could be coming back as Wednesday. Weather Aware Day has been issued for Sunday, and I was thinking about issuing it for Wednesday as well, as we're just getting into a much stormier pattern that's providing some opportunities of rain. Once we get into April showers are going to be returning. Temperatures aren't going to be too bad, Steve.
Well, it's not an ideal week if you need to cut your grass. No. Weekend, anyway, I should say. If you're going to do it, probably earlier Saturday, the best.
I think you can get it done Saturday. Sunday, I wouldn't try to do it at all.
All right, that leads us to our question of the day. Have you mowed your yard yet this spring? 54% say yes, you have.
I don't even have a yard, but I have mowed a yard this spring. I went over to my brother's house, and he said,
well, you're a swell
hey,
guy.
if you mow my yard, I'll buy you dinner. And I was like, that is all it takes.
That's all it takes for you?
That's all it takes. You buy me dinner, I will mow anyone's yard for that.
All right. Coming up, another bad day for all 3 stock market indexes. How much the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ lost to close out the week.
News Nation Monday. Dr. Phil joins Chris live. His takeaways on President Trump's first 2 months in office and what he thinks about RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again campaign. Monday on Cuomo at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
If someone hit you and you ended up here, we can help.
The law office of Dr. Brad Bradshaw.
Bill, this is my friend James, and he's looking for a new Kubota tractor.
Hi, James. You like jelly beans?
What color you like?
Orange, I guess. What's your favorite color?
Color what? He means jelly beans. I'm looking for a new tractor.
What color?
Orange, one of them Kubota orange like this one right there.
Well, this is the Kubota L2501. It's both dependable and rugged. And yes, I'll throw in some jelly beans.
Deal.
Quarles Supply in Bolivar, where we make it simple to buy a new Kubota tractor.
When you want more than just another bad boy dealer, come to Marionville Power Sports in Marionville, Missouri. They stock a solid lineup of bad boy mowers, along with the attitude that they'll find the power and performance you need at the price you want. And their bad boy attitude doesn't stop there. They have an on-site service department whose technicians will keep your unit in top condition. You'll get sales and service with the right attitude at Marionville Power Sports on Highway 60 in Marionville, Missouri.
Is your home's crown jewel losing its shine? Introducing Teague Roofing Plus. With a rich legacy and over 1,000 successful projects, we've become synonymous with reliability and quality. Our licensed and professional roofers are committed to delivering the highest standard of craftsmanship. Whether it's repair or replacement, we ensure your roof is not just a structure, but a shield, offering you peace of mind no matter the weather. Teague Roofing Plus, keeping you covered. Connect with us at teagueroofingplus.com.
A major sell-off on Wall Street today with all indexes losing significant value. The Dow tumbled 715 points. The NASDAQ lost almost 3% of its value. And the S&P 500, 2%. Analysts say worry about tariffs and a weakening economy stoked investor fears. The Dow has now lost 3.5% this month. NASDAQ has fallen 5.5%. Both the top Democrat and top Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee have now requested an official investigation into the use of the Signal app to discuss military plans. They want to know if classified information was sent over the commercial network and how a journalist was added to a group chat where top Trump administration officials discuss specific details of a military mission. The administration continues to insist no classified info was shared. Despite growing calls from Democrats, a criminal investigation could be a long shot.
There was a crime here, and likely an intentional crime.
It's not going to happen. It was an accidental thing. No classified information was leaked.
The White House says Elon Musk will be leading an investigation on their end into how Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg's contact was added to the chat. European leaders meeting in Paris for talks on solidifying a ceasefire in Ukraine. They're also considering proposals for troop deployment to Ukraine to act as a peacekeeping force. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is pushing Europe to take a stronger approach to ensure Russia abides by any potential agreement. And many Ukrainians are skeptical about the possibility of a lasting peace.
I think more pressure on it, more packages of sanctions. Everybody understood and understand that Russia for today doesn't want any kind of peace.
Building up a European force strong enough to keep the peace would be no small task. Many countries are now discussing ramping up their military spending to become less reliant on the U.S. Coming up tonight at 5:30, right after this newscast, in a special edition of Ozarks First at 6, a Springfield man has been found guilty of murdering a transgender woman. How a neighbor helped police find the shooter. That's tonight at 5:30, right after this newscast.
Huh. How do they always get these prescriptions so affordable?
Let's cut to the chase.
Hi, I'm Chase. I'm your prescription benefit manager, and my job is to negotiate with drug companies so you pay up to 50% less for the medicine that you need. We advocate on your behalf, so you have one less thing to worry about. All done.
Nice work.
When Jimmy Mitchell opened his dealership in 1968, he began a family tradition. Now, 4 generations later, Jimmy Mitchell Motors is still family-owned and operated in Aurora, Missouri. And through the years, we've seen a lot of changes, but one thing has stayed the same: our commitment to serving families like yours. For nearly 60 years at Jimmy Mitchell Motors,
nobody beats our deal.
Let's talk chicken. Just like any other meat, there's the best cut, and then there's everything else. At Huey McGoo's, we make everything on our menu with chicken tenders. And so you know there's only 2 tenders per chicken, which is 3% of the whole bird. And a chicken tender is the tenderloin, which is the filet mignon. And that makes Huey McGoo's the filet mignon of chicken. So when it comes to the best chicken, there's Huey McGoo's, and there's everyone else. Huey McGoo's, the filet mignon of chicken.
5 neglected lions rescued from Ukraine were recently welcomed into their new home at the Big Cat Sanctuary in southeast England. The lions were found near the front lines in Ukraine after being abandoned by their owners. The rescue says the lions have never seen grass before. They're already adjusting, thriving in their new home. I bet they feel a whole lot better about where they're at now. It's a whole lot quieter than being on the front lines in Ukraine. Quiet tonight.
Quiet tonight, Saturday nights when we get those thunderstorms to return.
All right. We'll be right back with another half hour of news.
Dreaming of the perfect kitchen? Let Southern Materials help you bring it to life. Our expert designers will guide you through every step, from inspiration and design to selecting the perfect cabinetry, countertops, flooring, tile, and plumbing fixtures. Our designers are here to help bring your vision to life. We offer solutions for any design and budget, plus special financing is available. Southern Materials, the best products for the best homes. Schedule your consultation today.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most: It's members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. We offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
Whether you're in the market to buy or sell, Team Assist to Sell is dedicated to delivering an exceptional customer service experience.
With our collective years of knowledge, we can offer valuable advice for your decision making.
Our team of licensed agents is committed to selling your home for a flat fee, providing all of the real estate services you would expect from a traditional realtor.
And we're here to be the best for you.
We are your flat fee, full service local market experts.
Assist to Sell, a Color 10 Fox 49 Ozarks Home Experts partner.
At Womack Monument Company, with our own highly skilled and experienced graphic artists and craftsmen, we are able to take your ideas and incorporate them into a beautiful image that reflects more about your loved one, for those you love, crafted by those who care.
Upgrade your home for less at Sofa City with swivel recliners for $498. Reclining sofas start at $698, and a double chase sectional is just $1298. With financing options for every budget, buy it today and enjoy it tonight at Sofa City.
Storms are unpredictable, but your power doesn't have to be. With a standby generator from Tri-State, you'll stay connected, comfortable, and in control even during the worst weather. Our expert team handles everything: professional installation, maintenance to 24/7 emergency service, giving you reliable backup power and total peace of mind. Don't let the next outage leave you in the dark. Call us today and schedule a free in-home quote and protect what matters most. Why wait? Call now.
Need to refresh your kitchen? Get an 11% rebate on the whole project at Menards. And add the finishing touch with your 11% rebate. How will you spend your rebate?
Save big money at Menards.
Coming up tonight on Ozarks First, a